Simon Says was the #1 selling toy for the 1978 Christmas season and is arguably one of the most recognizable playable games today. There have been different versions of Simon, like Super Simon, Simon Sticks, and even a spinoff of Bop It. Simon has been ingrained in our pop cultures from South Park to the classic Stephen King novel Tommyknockers. While Milton Bradley receives the credit for the success of Simon, they are not the ones to invent it. For that, you would need to go to this duo of Ralph Baer and Howard Morrison, who are credited for the invention, but they are not the ones for the inspirational design. That goes to Atari for the original arcade game Touch Me, released in 1974, and the very first project that Steve Jobs helped complete when he worked for Atari. And yes, the Apple founders started with Atari. Be sure to hit that notification button when you subscribe, as we'll save Steve Jobs and Atari for another video. Touch Me was a short cabinet. It had 3 buttons of the same color, and the gameplay as well, Simon Says. You were allowed 3 mistakes before the game ended. Touch Me was placed in arcades competing with other games and pinball machines, and it was not well received. Atari brought the game with them to a trade show in 1976, and this is where Ralph Baer first laid eyes on the Atari Touch Me. He stated it had nice gameplay, but the execution was bad and the sound was not right, and it was just not appeasing to look at. So Baer, Morrison, and his team went to work to try to recreate a different version of Touch Me. They used a TMS 1000 Texas Instrument microchip, and the prototype was housed in an 8x8 console. The sounds of a bugle were the inspirations for the sound of the game. The team named it Follow Me and pitched it to Milton Bradley. Milton Bradley agreed to the concept but changed the name to Simon, and it debuted in 1978 for $24.95. Atari did notice the success of Simon and reworked the original version of Touch Me to a handheld version. However, it too was not well received, as people complained the buttons were too close together and they felt it was an exact ripoff of Simon. By 1980, Milton Bradley had succeeded in securing a patent for the game Simon. The game Touch Me becomes obsolete. However, an emulated version of Touch Me, which was included in the 2022 Atari 50, can be played. Did you have Simon or Touch Me or another version of the game? Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the leaderboards.